Good morning, dear Virgos. I'm Empress Rose, and we're going to do a little reading. These are very general readings, so take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And all of my cards are pre-shuffled and prepared for you before I ever turn on the camera. I like to do a thorough job, and it's a little time-consuming. All right, so we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck to get an intuitive read of where we're going with this. Dear Virgo. Okay, we'll take that card. Came out upside down, so it's not exactly forthcoming, but it is too. All right, so Virgo, what's the message for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to know at the time that they see this video? What does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to know? But that's a lot. Virgo doesn't need to know that much because I can't deal with 15 cards. This is not going to be a 2-hour video. All right. How about something a little more controlled? What does Virgo need to know? Oh my gosh. It keeps wanting to give me half the deck. All right, Virgo, what do we got here? Okay, I can take that. Let's just stop there. All right. Oh. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Actually, some of these cards have come out. It's so fascinating to me, which is why, and it's why I love to thoroughly pre-shuffle before I get on here, because I want to make sure the cards coming out for you are for you and not because I'm a lazy shuffler. But it's also fascinating to me how certain cards can be, you know, hot this week or just repetitive. And these cards, this card came out a bunch last week. And these cards have come out a bunch this week. So here we have Home in the Sky. There's did you guys get this one last time too? There's a stagnant energy, a little bit toxic. We have a very smoggy city, and the fresh wind hasn't come to blow anything away. These birds they could fly away, but they're not. They're staying at home. They're not communicating anything. They're just kind of hanging out. It's a very stagnant energy. I mean, the birds are sort of where they belong normally. Like, yeah, this would be happening normally. But also they're not. They're not flying through the sky. They're in the sky. So they look like they're at home. But it's this, you know, foggy, smoggy situation, a little bit toxic. There's like holding back on communication, and it's part of a whole overall kind of unhealthy energy I see here. A stagnancy, for sure. And then we have this this secrets card. So we have this landscape below. She's up very high on like a pedestal. And she can unlock this moon, this emotional situation anytime she wants. And she's got the keys there. There's 4 keys here. So it's not going to take her much time to figure out which one. She probably even already knows which one. So she's got several options here for how to unlock this emotional situation. But she's not unlocking it. So we have this situation that's stagnant and not moving, and we're kind of setting up house here. We're like, yeah, this stagnant energy is really working for me. I don't want to move. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm going to just stay right here, right where I am. And I'm getting the same energy from this card. She could unlock this whole situation. She's got a couple options of how to do that, but she's not moving forward with it. She's just sitting there sort of resting. She's got quite a view, and both of these are up very high. They're enjoying their view here. They're enjoying, I mean, in some ways these birds are sort of enjoying this moment of rest too. It's like, okay, this may be stagnant, but can we just rest for a minute? I need a little break. So that's a little bit of what's going on here too, is that she's just resting here. She's resting her hand on this moon. She can open it. She can open up these secrets. It's called secrets. She can communicate. She's got several options for communication. Same with these. I mean, but this is like locked away, and these birds aren't chirping. There's just a lack of communication here. and that looks like it might be comfortable for you or comfortable for somebody in this situation. You could communicate, you could open up this emotional situation, but right now we're just resting. We're just resting in it. And you're somehow okay. You're okay with where you're at. It's this quiet, non-communicative, resting energy. And you do have the means to open it up. You can fly out of these houses. You are choosing not to. And that's up to you. That's your choice, you know. And then we have this new directions, which is, I'm having a hard time. We'll see if the Santa Muerte deck brings some more clarity to this. But we have this, like, you went on a journey and with some friends somehow, and it seemed like a good idea. It was a very good idea at the time. It was an idea, and now it's sort of falling apart. The original plan is falling apart, and you've seen your opportunity. You're taking it. You've grabbed one seed out of many, and you're taking this opportunity to float away, to go off to some totally different place. You don't even know where it is. In this one, we've got the winds of change blowing. They've blown sort of this, I love this. Look, they're up in these ideas. They've got these ideas up here that are floating and bringing them along. And here there's a very stagnant energy, and here the wind has started to blow. And when we see the wind starting to blow, when we see things starting to change, these balloons just don't survive that kind of change. What's holding us in place, what's sustaining us and keeping us in this high place isn't going to survive when the winds of change come. When the winds of change do come, when this situation starts to, or these ideas or these concepts or these things that you've been relying on start to fall apart, you are going to be taking your own little separate journey away from this. You're going to be like, okay, wow, okay, the winds came and my balloon was not able to survive that. So I'm taking a different tactic here, and I'm getting on my little, like, door from the Titanic, or my little tiny raft here. As this Titanic sinks here, I'm gonna take my little life raft and move on. So I'm seeing, like, this is this stagnant sort of toxic energy. If you decide to unlock that, these winds of change are going to come, and you're going to find that what was sustainable before is no longer sustainable, and it's time for you to grab a little piece of this and move forward. And the cool thing about this is a seed, not just any seed. This is a dandelion seed. We know this thing is going to bloom somewhere. You're going to land somewhere, and no matter where you land, it's going to bloom. So you're going in a totally new direction, but there's a lot of promise. And you're going in this totally new direction because there's sort of a disaster happening here, and these guys are panicking, and you're like, no need to panic. I'm unlocking my potential and moving forward with this. I'm gonna unlock the situation, and there's this promise in that seed that where you're going, no matter where you're going, because we do know it's a dandelion seed, so no matter where the things outside of your control are bringing you, you're gonna land. No matter what soil, no matter what, how rocky, whatever, you're a fucking dandelion, man. You're gonna grow wherever these winds of change blows you. Once the wind starts blowing, you're gonna know when, you're gonna know how to unlock the situation, and you're gonna take off. And there's a lot of promise with this new beginning, this new direction. All right, we're gonna go into the Santa Muerte tarot for the main body of the reading. Again, these have been very thoroughly shuffled. All right, I'm just doing a little more. All right, so for Virgo, this is your past, this is your present, this is your inner landscape, this is what's at issue, this is your environment, this is your to-do list, this is your possible outcome. Oh my God, Virgo. I swear, you get the devil like every time. Even on Virgo readings that I haven't posted, or I haven't, before I started doing these, I read for 8 years, and and Virgo just always gets this devil card. It's wild. Okay, so in your recent past, you have this King of Wands. This is sort of this upward and onward. Was this you? Were you full of new ideas, wanting to move forward, wanting to go on? I mean, maybe you climbed up to this this pedestal to touch this moon, and this was some initial energy that you had to go somewhere, to get up into this balloon here. This is the inspired, moving energy. Also, Virgo tends to be King of Wands in my mind and in my readings. Virgo has a lot of King of Wands energy. I don't know why. It doesn't really match with your astrological sign, but in my head, Virgo is the King of Wands. So this is sort of an upward and onward, master inspiration. Let's go forward. It's a king, and he's passionate, and he wants to move forward, and he has ideas, and he's going to lead his people into some place really cool, really amazing. And he's going upward and onward. He's actually pointing at these balloons in this, the way it's spread out here on the table. He's actually pointing and bringing attention to all of these balloons, these hot air balloons. So in your present moment, you have the Devil energy. So I love the Devil in this deck. The Devil in this deck is my favorite Devil of all the decks, because this Devil is passion. It's a passion project, deeply passionate. I mean, here we have this deeply passionate card. This leader with so much passion. And then we have just this continuing passion here. But this is a passion that you're not in control of. There's something pulling at your heart. There's something pulling at you. This is like the arts or passionate career or something like that. You have this inspiration all around you, and you're feeling very inspired. There's a lot of music here. There's a lot of, and this is sort of this puppet master. Your passion is your puppet master. A lot of times we have these passions that we don't know where they come from. We can't control them. It's very frustrating, because we're like, this doesn't jive with the world I'm living in. Heart, what is your problem? Why are you passionate like this in these ways? Because I'm living in this world that isn't, and then this passion contradicts that. And how I know how all these things I'm supposed to do. So this is the thing that's pulling at you. That's not quite what you're supposed to do. It's pulling at you. This can also represent addictions. In other decks, it comes across as a bedeviled energy, as something that's sort of possessed you. And I mean, but it is a lot like that passion. It's something that's possessed you that you're not necessarily in control of, and you kind of wish you were. So, but it can be things like addictions, like alcoholism, or addictions to ideas or to who we are. I mean, there is like an addictive thing here, a passion here, but you know what? It can just be an arts passion, or your passion project, or your passions that bedevil your life and that don't make you money, and all sorts of things. Like there's this, so some sort of passion has awakened in you, and it's pulling at you, and you're not necessarily in control of it. And so that can be good. I mean, that can be good, because this energy can pull us forward, pull us out of the stagnant places, and help us unlock things. But it can also, you know, I don't know, the Devil energy kind of confuses me, honestly, because it can be so good to have this passion inside of you that you can't reason with, this unreasonable passion that's pulling at you. And also it can be terrifying and terrible to have this passion pulling at you that's unreasonable and incomprehensible and otherworldly seeming. So that's in your present moment. You're dealing with some bedeviled energy, and it could be good or it could be bad. I guess that's something you're figuring out. So your inner landscape is this Four of Cups. This is completely drained. I mean, I'm kind of getting the same vibe here of like, I climbed up to this place. I can't unlock this. I'm not sure I'm ready to. I'm just going to rest here. So this is this resting energy. I mean, and this music playing here, this call to play this music, this call to do these things, these passions. You've lost it internally. Externally, you're being called forward into some passion, and internally you are drained. Your guitar sits there, you're not playing it, you're silent. You're these silent birds, this silent secret. It's just so draining. Your heart's on the floor. Your inner demons are like devouring your heart. Your head is you're definitely in a half full mode. This is a depression card. This is, you have these things around you that are supposed to amuse you, these passions around you that are you're supposed to pick them up, you're supposed to play with them, and you're just so drained, you just can't. You're really dealing with some deep inner depression, some not liking your options, all these things around you that you've put so much effort and energy into, and you don't want them anymore. It's almost like emotionally this whole balloon is falling apart. Yeah, maybe you were held in this stagnant place, but look at these balloons are at least full, and they're at least holding you up there into some stagnancy. But this is such a just a depression card of just these things. This is the I don't know if you've ever taken those questionnaires at the doctor's office, but this is the things that you normally find pleasure in aren't bringing you any pleasure anymore card. So that's what's going on within. I'm really having a hard time jiving these because you have this passion that's pulling at you, that's bedeviling you. But inside, you're not picking it up. You're not going anywhere. You don't even have the energy. You don't have the desire. You're just like, yeah, I normally love playing guitar, but fuck it, I just can't. I don't have it in me right now to play guitar. This even, and there your guitar sits, just unplayed with, neglected. There's passions you're neglecting, things you're neglecting, and you're not communicating, you're not singing, you're not a bird that's singing. You are a very silent bird right now. Oh, here's what's going on. Oh my God, I hate this card. This is the Five of Swords. You're feeling trapped. There's no good way forward. You were sort of chased into this canyon by robbers, and you thought you were going in a good direction, only now you're facing robbers and thieves. So you've got robbers and thieves behind you, you've got robbers and thieves in front of you. You literally cannot see a way out. And what this card calls you to do when it's in a proper position is it calls you to get creative. But you can't see a creative out right here. You don't see a good ending. You can't see how you're going to get out of this. And obviously, not being able to see how you're going to get out of a situation, how you're going to unlock a situation. But look, you have these keys to unlock the situation. You do have them. You do have them. You have the seed. This whole thing's blowing to pieces, but you do have the seed. It's full of promise. You can't see it. You can't see it right now. You can't. And the issue is you can't see the way out. It's there. It's like at your hip. It's there. You can. But you can't see it right now. And that's the issue. That's what you're facing. Oh my gosh. Virgo, dear Virgo. In your environment is this Five of Wands. The whole situation you're in is this deep emotional soup. This is like just contemplating, just sitting in your emotions. I mean, I don't understand why this is in your environment. Your environment here is there's some unsettled energy. The moon is shining, so we do have a little bit of reflected light in your environment. There is a sliver of reflected light here. We have this moon here, and in this one we see it. We just see the light. We don't even see the moon, but there is some light. It's reflected light, and it's in this really dark place, but it's coming through very clearly in this dark place, in this desert. There's this sort of storm in this desert, and you are very deep in your emotions, very deep in your feelings. Your feelings are causing some growth. There's like just these little glimmers of hope here. We have like one lotus blossom in this pond, but you're sorting out this maze in your mind and this maze in your heart. And the environment is almost a an environment of solitude, a desert environment, but you are in this deep emotional place. You're not seeing the light. The light is shining on you. You cannot see it, but it's there, and it's helping you as you sort of go through some of your internal emotions. in such a deep way. You're really sorting through some things. And it's in your environment, but your environment looks like you might be alone, and to sort through this stuff. So we have a lot of, look at this head down, but your head's down. You're not seeing the light. It's there though. Her eyes are closed. Here, as she touches the moon, you're not seeing it. There is some light though. There is some light. This whole thing is bedeviling you, this depression, this deep, Okay, your to-do list. I love this. This is to light a fucking spark. You are in this dark room in your little castle of your mind. You're in this very dark room. Maybe you haven't been here for a hell of a long time. You don't really, and your to-do list is a spark. Light the match. Look around you. Light some fucking match. Light a match here. Light a candle. Do something. Look around you. This is some sort of inspiration you're supposed to have. And this is echoing, this is going to recall your King of Wands days. This is going to bring this present moment with this passion. Look at all these candles lit here. We have nothing lit in this one, but one match. We're starting. We have one match, one hope, one hope. Try, we have several matches here. We have several keys here. Try one key. Just try one key. Try something. Move it forward one bit at a time. Light that match inside you. Look around at your psyche. Look around you. Just one thing. Just pick one thing. All of these things are sort of in the background. Just pick one. And that's what your to-do list is. Pick one thing, light it. Just one spark. One spark. And then one of our possible outcomes, where we might be going, is this King of Cups energy. So you started with this inspiration that somehow got squashed and you got way into your feels and some deep depression. And this is you. Pick one thing. Pick one seed. Pick one seed. Let it take you someplace cool. Just one. We got this whole thing blowing apart here. Pick one seed. Just pick one. And it'll move you forward. And if it's not the one, you'll pick the other one. It's like trying out these keys. Like, just try out one key. That's all. You don't have to try out all the keys right away. You don't even have to commit to trying out all the keys. You can just say, today I'm going to try one key. Try one key. And I love this energy, this King of Cups. This is someone who's all of these emotions, all of these feelings, this depression, these getting really into your feels. You can handle it. This is the master of handling his emotions. He can hold his emotional liquor. He's got his heart on his sleeve. Why? Because he can handle his emotions. He can display his heart. He can display his emotions because he can handle whatever comes from that. Because he's a fucking king. And he can handle his feelings. And he can own his feelings. He can imbibe of his feelings and not get drunk and not get crazy. He's got his heart on his sleeve. Why? Because he's a fucking king. He's a king of hearts. He can have his heart on his sleeve. He's not scared of emotions or feelings. So this is where you're going. You're going to really sort this out. You're going to really go from this depression, sorting it out, finding some inspiration, finding some way to move forward. And then here's your possible outcome. This master. You're not master of your emotions. He's not controlling his emotions. He's experiencing. He's enjoying his emotions. He's taking a lot of pleasure in all of his feelings, and he can handle them. He has master of them, not in that he's controlling them, because here you're not going to have control. He's not controlling his emotions. He's enjoying his emotions as they come, as they're being served to him. He's enjoying them and really, really accepting them. So, oh my gosh, Virgo, that was such a long reading, but I felt like it was really important and we covered a lot of really good ground there. So I hope that this is helpful for you. And I hope that you can help me by liking, commenting, subscribing, and helping this channel find more people that can benefit from these messages.